How's it going? How's it going? Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome to Change the Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burton. Let me get my mic together. Short man with a short neck. Trying, trying to get it right, get it tight, and everything. Want to say hey to everybody. We got an awesome show planned for you guys tonight. Tonight, I kind of changed the title of my show, but it's still going with the same thing. Tonight we'll be talking about 8 things you can help you give your kids, help them to improve their confidence, and also speaking in terms of the most important thing I think a parent can give their child, and I think that is self-confidence and everything. So we got an awesome show planned. Before we get started, first want to say what's up to my super dope producer DJ Lab.
What's going on, brother?
What's happening?
Good week. How's the week going for you?
Well, good week, and everything. I can't complain.
Good.
Good. Pooch, you can't really complain. You got a good life.
That's right. Always, every day.
So we'll give a shout out to my super assistant Joni. Joni on the road recovery. She's doing pretty good. Talked to her the other day.
She doing better?
Yeah, she's doing better and everything.
She's gonna walk in studio soon, right?
Yeah. We need to ask come on in here, stroll on in and stuff. Miss her on the board.
Tell her to stop milking and get on up. Let's get it going.
There you go. She said a matter of time.
That's right.
So as always, we rehashed the previous week. Had an awesome week. First want to start off I want to just say thank you to everybody. We reached another milestone the other day. I got two. That's a Negro right there. We reached 2,000 subscribers with Changing Lives. We just reached 2,000 subscribers. I did not see it coming. Hell, I have no reason why I can't do them. Say thank you.
That's right.
So we have 2,000 subscribers.
And that's before your time frame. You had set up a time frame for that, man. And you didn't beat that time.
Yeah, man. My goal was 1,500 subscribers for the year.
Right.
So yeah, man, we chugging along, man. It just, ever since we did a little interview on Your Black World, it done kind of spiked.
Got spiked a little bit.
Yeah, and everything going. So I'm gonna ride the train as long as I can, keep putting out good stuff and everything. So I do want to give a big thank you out to everyone for the love and support you guys gave me. Again, this is Change Live, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burton. I put out the video earlier today, and also another notice. Currently on Facebook, we're streaming live on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. But I did make sure I put out on Facebook because normally I've been streaming on my personal page. I've shifted everything over now to the Changing Lives Facebook page. So I try to push that out a lot today on my personal page. So if you are viewing us on Facebook or something like that, make sure you're looking on the personal page, or if you're looking on the personal page, you won't see anything. I'm thinking about it. But if you know somebody that may have done it, just let them know to look on the Facebook page for Changing Lives. I put a link on my page also to hit to go to it. But as always, the podcast still going on.
That's right.
With iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, SoundCloud, Mixcloud, soon to be Pandora.
That's right. They giving us the blues, man.
Hey man, Misfits Radio. Hey man, Misfits Radio, man. We on. Make sure you guys looking at our station every day of the week. We got something good for you, and then got more stuff coming down the pike.
That's right.
Super excited about everybody, the growth everybody having. But big thank you to everyone. For all the love and support you guys are giving me. Had my second game of the season this past Saturday. We lost 41-6. Now, I am gonna say this. We played the two hardest teams the first two games, and I knew that.
Okay.
And I've said that.
Okay.
Publicly. And this weekend, we're finna turn around.
That's right.
Well, I'm guaranteeing a win.
Ain't nowhere to go but up, right?
Oh no! Hell no! We still gonna make the playoffs, and we still gonna see one of them teams that scrubbed us.
Okay.
We just weren't ready for them then.
That's all.
But now we're gonna win this weekend.
Of course.
We're gonna win this weekend. I know where I was realistically. I ain't proclaiming that. I just know what I done put into the kids. We had a week or two. We didn't practice because of the heat and everything in Clayton County. Where the young lady passed and everything. Well, no, they actually didn't have us practice.
Oh, okay.
Because you remember when the young lady had passed.
Oh yeah.
And so when it got the heat index was high, this is the first time in almost 20 years I ain't never seen this. We just didn't practice at all.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which I thought, which I still feel some type of way if I understand the precautionary not practicing because of the heat, but still must go play in the game in the damn heat with no damn practice. Yes.
Well, they don't just let y'all practice inside the gym or something.
Hey man, listen. When you got a smart people in charge,
I mean, get a gym. You ain't got to, tackle. You can run. You can run. Do scrimmage. Get anything to get you in shape.
well, let me say this before I even go further with that. Logistically, it just really can't happen because you got too many teams, and even with the gyms already been allocated for certain things going on, so you really can't have it.
Okay.
My suggestion was, just take a week off the schedule.
Okay.
It's probably not the most popular, but I do think it's kind of dangerous to put kids out there you ain't been properly prepared. But that's another debate right there. But we lost the first 2 games brutally, and we're gonna get it turned around this weekend. So you ain't doing nothing. Come out to Riverdale City Park. Just check it out. They have that concert out there. Was it barbecue and seafood?
Is it? Is it okay? Barbecue and seafood. Sometimes they have that Wind Down Wednesdays and stuff.
This the big one. This
the
is
big one.
I think Drew Hill gonna be there.
Really?
It's free.
Free?
Yeah, it's free. Drew Hill, several other
You gotta
acts.
be a resident of Riverdale.
Hell no, you just be a person
Just
while it's
pull
free. Yeah. So we're gonna be at Riverdale. That's gonna be at the town center down the street. So I hope it don't affect the parking with us and everything. But we'll see. It ain't that close, man. Black folks don't like walking.
Man. When we went to that old National Day, they were parked. Man, they were parked so far down the streets.
Yeah.
Blocks and blocks down the street. Then people who had houses on that street was charging folks to park in their yard, so they were letting folks. They had a makeshift parking lots.
Well, they always walking on damn old National any damn way, so it don't make
But
shit.
they were parked, though. I mean, it was a lot of folks out there.
Yeah, lad, we're going to speak into existence. We're going to have parking. Okay. I feel. But I am telling all my parents to get there early, and everything. But now, brother, the park already notified us earlier, let us know that that could be a issue. But we'll be at 3 p.m. Saturday. We'll be at Riverdale City Park, and everything. You want to come out there and support us and stuff. That's my 9U Jonesboro Gamecocks. Panhandle Gamecocks. Let me fix that. The tax classes are coming, and everything. I'm trying to finalize a couple things before I start putting the information out. So if you want to start your own tax business and everything, I'm going to have those classes set up for you guys and stuff. So probably another week or so, we'll be pushing it out, the prices and everything, location, to do that. Probably give you guys definite dates when I'll be doing the finance classes in Clayton County. There'll be free finance classes for people to come attend and stuff. We'll be talking about that. Also have some entrepreneur classes coming down the pipe. Be free for everybody to come attend and everything. So looking forward to giving that information to you soon. So we're like next week and a half, I have that information out to everybody. Okay. Also, I've been, me, I'm always trying to diversify my portfolio. We haven't finalized the contracts, but I got my first promotional event.
Okay.
Homecoming weekend at Albany State. Man, I ain't gonna announce the artist I got gonna be there.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have an artist there. It's gonna be October 12th, Albany State. Smoke and Mirrors, the spot. But
why are we in Albany?
Huh?
How I'm gonna come all the way to Albany, dog?
Man, the cost of doing business.
I know, right?
Doing business. Come on now. It's a lot
down
of money. I mean, it's Georgia, and it's a good point you even say that, because this is one thing I try to tell people that, all the time. It's a lot of money to be made in Albany, Savannah, Macon, Augusta, Columbus, Carrollton, and everything. You got to rethink it, and you're gonna pay half the cost for the venues.
Augusta, really, because they were saying something about Augusta, how that city rebuilding. But yeah, you're right. Them outskirts, because they don't have anything on those outskirts, nothing to do.
Yeah, but Augusta ain't too much damn cheaper than Atlanta. It's cheaper, but it ain't too much damn cheaper than Atlanta. Well, we start talking about Carrollton, Columbus, Gainesville, Albany and stuff like that. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You ain't paying nowhere near as much for them venues and stuff. But they'll have that. Then we'll have it's gonna be Albany State homecoming. Okay. Probably twerk contest and all this other kind of good stuff. Y'all know what I do and everything. But it's gonna be my first promotional event and everything like that. We're just trying to do final decision. We're gonna have an artist there or not, or just do that. But the contest and stuff gonna be there. But this is my first one, October 12th. It's gonna be a Smoke and Mirrors Lounge. Okay. In Albany. Okay. And everything. So I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, because that was one of my goals to do 2 events this year.
Okay.
And everything. I wanted to do a blues concert earlier, but I still may do that for the end of the year. And everything. So keep it, once I get everything to you, support your boy. Now I know if you're 35 and older, especially 40 and up, why the hell I want to go to a twerk contest? But you know what? you supporting Poochie.
Right.
Anything, see your kids down there. Because I don't think it's going to be no wild gang banging stuff, but then like that going on. But it is going to be mainly like I'm thinking
Albany State is gonna be college too.
Yeah, I'm thinking probably 18 to 30.
Yeah.
18 to 30 crowd and stuff like that. All homecoming weekend and everything. But your boy gonna put it down. So I'm super excited about that and everything. This is one of my things I've been really pushing for to get through the end of the year, just to get my first event out. So I'm excited about that, and everything. I just haven't once I get the artists and everything. So if you don't come, make sure you tell your children to go.
Okay. So October 12th.
October 12th, Smoking Mirrors.
All right.
Down in Albany, Georgia.
All right, I got to mark the calendar on that one.
Yeah. May have something going down in Gainesville, maybe at the end of the month.
Okay.
But yeah, I ain't gonna really be doing too much stuff in the city. They be trying to poke my eyes out. My tight ass.
You got to stay at the outskirts.
Yeah, stay in the outskirts. Shit. Hey, the money's still the same.
Yeah, it's still green.
The margin's still the same. Why would I spend $8,000 to $10,000 to make $5,000 when I can spend $15,000 to $2,000 still make $5,000? Come on now, come on. Shit, it's a no-brainer. I'm trying to tell you,
That's true.
Hey, man, I'm trying to tell you folks, we go through this all the time, but that's a whole nother show right there, brother.
Okay.
And just going back to our tonight's show again, we'll be giving out 8 things that a parent can give their child to make them more confident. And like I said, the greatest gift I think any parent can give their child is to help them, 2 things. I always say the ability to think, but just even instill confidence in your child. Excuse me, I think that's just awesome for a parent to be able to do that. And I look back at my childhood in terms of, you start looking at confidence. And I'm been in somewhat decent. I'm very confident now.
Right.
But even just growing up, I just remember them kind of points in your life. Like,
Yeah,
that shifted you and everything.
I remember them too.
You remember them too?
I wasn't confident from elementary school. I didn't get confident until my sophomore year in high school.
Okay.
Because I became, for some strange reason, I became very popular my sophomore year in high school. I don't know what I did, what I said, what I wore, how I was smelling. But for some reason,
light came on.
The light came on, and it was on and popping from there. So them last 3 years of high school was gravy, So the light didn't come on until the sophomore year, and it came on as a surprise.
Yeah,
it was like a shock to me. Like, it's all of a sudden it was like, I'm Lee,
Yeah, I always been a confident person. Anybody went to school with me, they always say, "Well, put your little short ass always want to be in charge and all this other kind of stuff." And I always been like somewhat of a leader, but I think I really didn't really be super assertive till I got in the military.
Okay.
And that's more so because they kind of force it on you. Like, just you in charge today, or you in this. You like, I ain't asked for it. Well, you ain't asked you what you asked. And that was just imposed on me, and I was able to take full advantage of being put in them kind of opportunities and everything. But just growing up as a child, I wouldn't necessarily say I was pushed to have confidence in myself, just more survival and everything. And just share one quick story. I just remember thinking that, I think I told this on the show before. There's one girl I liked in high school, real pretty girl. And I'm just trying to be, shoot my way through it, just being as intellectual, just kind of be like cool, this, that, and that, right? Still pooching. But then, but I was taking my time being a damn friend, like I'm some kind of Care Bear or something. And one day I seen her walking down the hallway with Magilla Gorilla around her shoulder. I'm like, now how the hell that ugly ass boy get that girl?
Right.
So I'm full of haterade right now.
Right.
I ain't even thinking about nothing else. So I done broke code and everything.
Right.
What the hell you doing messing with that ugly ass boy? I wasn't even shy about it. I'm devastated. Yeah. What the hell you doing with that ugly ass boy? I was trying to talk to her. You know what she told me? Well, why you ain't say nothing?
Ooh.
Mother. Never again.
Right.
What them Jews say? Never again.
Never again.
Shit.
Right.
What? That's all I had to do?
Sometimes I think what they say, a closed mouth don't get fed.
Ooh. I got some stories. I got a story to tell, but I ain't gonna tell that right now. But what others just got me being assertive. But even with that was just one of them things. You're like, damn, it's that simple. You see, I learned just what a missed opportunity. I can laugh about it now. It wasn't too damn funny then. But you understand certain missed opportunities you have. But one thing stuck with me. I went to a coach's clinic probably about 5 or 6 years ago. I forgot the brother's name. But anyway, retired Falcons player. And he was telling me, it's kind of going back, we're talking about with the children. And he was talking about his son played on that national championship team with Cam Newton and with Auburn. But he went to high school in Beaufort. But what he was telling me, he said, my son played on that team as a freshman. You know, he just kind of getting everybody an idea of what kind of caliber athlete his son was. But the coach's clinic that we were going through, he was just kind of talking about, we were talking about attitude and getting kids to build their confidence and, you know, just team building stuff like that. But what stuck with me with the story was when he was telling us, he said the first day out there, you know, he said, look, yes, I want y'all to put in perspective. My son played on that national championship game as a freshman. So you know what kind of athlete, even coming out of Beaufort High School, just, you know, to go to Auburn and everything. But he said, I remember the first day of practice, he said when we was out there doing the tackling drills and it was turn to make a tackle, he said my son just covered his head up. And, you know, he said, like, I'm like, whoa. He said, I'm a Falcon football player. He said, I got, you know, he said, I didn't really go out there with certain things, but I didn't think my son going to cow out and cover himself up. And everybody looking like, what's going on? What's wrong with him? What's wrong with him? He said, so they pull him out of the drill, put him back in. Tackle somebody, said, son, do like this again. Scared as hell. And that's the point where a lot of times I even see with myself with coaching, you know, I don't do this. And, you know, especially people that know me, know where I coach, I'm all about building kids' confidence. But you have to get a kid to a certain point where looking at the little things to do. Learn how to break, you know, spread your feet. Learn how to look at your target. Learn how to, you know, go up to a person, keep your feet moving, grab, you know, keep, you know, drive, squeeze, all that kind of stuff with tackling. And once the kids know, just like you know at your job, the more and more you learn what you're doing, the more confident you can be, because then you can be more, you know, just go all out then.
Right.
And he said it got to a point where son kept working, get more and more confident, feeling better about himself. He didn't really have that fear because why? He knew how to tackle. When you don't know how to tackle, you just see somebody big and you just want to go from football to baseball and slide. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
And I think that when he did that gave his kid, you know, that confidence to do that. And he said once his son started building up, then he was just one of the main tacklers out there. That's a classic example because I see out there like with red coaches, you know, people equate football to being like, you know, some masculine thing, just, hey, you know, don't be a punk, don't be a B. You don't ever call kids that. Oh, yeah, it happens. And look, it's just that the kid just doesn't know how to tackle.
Right.
You know, once they let somebody teach them, and the coach, the problem is the coach really don't know how to teach them themselves. Coach is too busy looking at Monday Night Football, but they haven't spent time to learn. But the thing of it is just with your children, we're just looking at focusing on teaching them how to do certain things, and once they learn how to do it, then that builds in confidence in them because they wouldn't know how to do it. Right. So that's what the basis of tonight's show is. One of the greatest gifts you can give your child is to be confident. Okay. And I'm going to give you 8 things that you can, share with your child to help build their confidence and everything. And again, this is Change Your Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burton. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, like, share, subscribe to the videos. Make sure you also hit that bell on the notification so you can, anytime I upload a video, you can just check me out because I know you guys listen to me talk all the time. Since I got 2,000 subscribers. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's good. Hey, let's stick with the routine. We're going to make it 3,000 subscribers. Man, but again, thanks everybody for the support. But make sure you go to the YouTube channel. You're on Facebook. Go to the Facebook page, Changing Lives. Do it. We got some of the courses and other stuff. Man, well over 100 videos and stuff. We talk about all kind of good stuff from family, business, finance, parenting, even Deonte, just stuff about me. You'll never get bored. Right. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I never shut the hell up talking. So, but again, tonight's show we're talking about, giving your child self-confidence. And we're just kind of going, we're starting off with talking about the self-confidence. I just think a lot of times, far too often, we focus on things that we're not confident with. With parents, you say your kid just say, Dad, I want to be a doctor or a lawyer. And sometimes because the parent can't see that, boy, what you want to do that? Boy, I don't worry about going no damn college or boy, do this. I remember my family in particular, I was never told not to go to college, but it was just more so that just seemed so damn far out. Army was just a better option.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get
and it's just they couldn't even see it. You know what I mean?
Because we had my uncles did the same thing. You know, I told you my uncles went to Marines, and these guys were athletic. They could have probably did anything as far as athletics is concerned, but it was a little bit farther down the line. So they both joined the Marines. That was more tangible for them.
Yeah.
You know, they stayed in the Marines 27, 25 years. You know, they just joined the Marines. I think what happened was, you know, my grandfather, you know, they had 9 kids plus me. So that made 10.
Gotcha.
So it was just certain things that you just, even though my uncles never said, "Oh, I want to go to college" or something like that, it wasn't something that they said no to, but it was kind of one of those things that you kind of hear, but it goes out the other ear.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
My grandfather might have heard it, but they like, we can't afford it, but they ain't say it.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's we hear it a lot, especially like we think about probably that vulnerable part of our lives, that being from the childhood to probably maybe past early adolescence, maybe early 20s, where you kind of just trying to find yourself, decide what you want to do, and we typically lean on the people that's close to us, being our families, elders, and stuff like that. What you think about this? What you think about that? And unfortunately, a lot of times, people put their fears on other folks. And or their failures.
That's true.
You know, because they try to do something that didn't work, and they don't want to be, you know, instead of looking back at, you know, going back in the lab and saying, well, if I would have did this differently, they just said, man, that's some bullshit.
I tried that.
Yeah, I tried. Yeah, it don't work.
That don't work.
Yeah, and that don't do it. And just shoot your damn dream down. And instead of just saying, okay, well, listen, I tried to do that. This is what I did wrong. You might try it this way. And unfortunately, we have so many dream killers in society, and I don't think people intentionally try to kill folks' dreams. I think they just don't know how to do certain things.
I think they actually try to. They think that they're actually helping them. They're helping them not to have to feel the disappointment that they felt, not knowing they may not feel disappointment.
Absolutely,
you know,
absolutely. And with that said, a person will never feel they can actually try something, because when you got people that's impressionable near you, they don't necessarily push you to try certain things. You just kind of stay in a limbo state.
Right.
Kind of like a lot of times, you know, when a little kid asks questions, Mama, what's this? Daddy, what's that? And parents say, shut the hell up, ask all them damn questions.
Right.
Talk too damn much.
Right.
Instead of just pushing that inquisitive mind. Because a lot of times, you know, people that or children that are very inquisitive, their brain is going at such a high rate of speed and processing. Most people can't cope with it if you're not like that, if you're not that kind of thinker. And so sometimes parents can't answer the question. And I understand a lot of times they might get tired of answering questions, but on the flip side of it is, too, you got to realize what you have.
Right.
You got a thinker. You got this motor. You got this engine, this high-powered engine with you, and you can do two things. You can harness it and make it go faster, or you can kind of keep it in neutral.
You can take the oil out of it and make it lock up.
Absolutely. And when we start thinking about the brain is just like any other muscle. If you don't use it and work it out a lot, make it grow, it's going to be stagnant. And that's the thing. If you have a child that wants to do that, you got to push them to do that. And people will sit here and try to give you the blueprint. Like I told my son all the time, you know, we were talking about this a little while ago, me and you know, in life, you ain't going to be at no shortage of getting folks' opinion.
That's true.
But you're going to have a hell of a time trying to get some damn solutions. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't going to work. That shit will work. Well, how I do it then? I don't damn know. You know. Motherfucker.
But you know what the crazy part is? The solutions, I mean, the opinions that they give you, they thinking they're giving you the solution to it. You trying to tell them you're going to do something, they think they solving your problem by telling you it's not going to work.
It's amazing how you folk can tell somebody what they can and can't do with a damn straight face. And then also say when their kids start doing certain things, they get upset with their child because the child couldn't grasp it, and you really ain't never taught them how to do it. Right. So when we start thinking about a person or a child, because I see this all the time, that's why I love coaching, that when a child or a person go into a situation and they're totally clueless. They're totally clueless, and they're also totally terrified because they just don't know what to do. And once they become aware of what to do and become knowledgeable how to do certain things and how to handle it, you see, okay, now I know what I'm doing. Now I feel better about myself. You see their confidence just shoot through the roof. But if you don't want to put your child or in that kind of situation to learn and grow, they're going to have them same issues.
Mm-hmm.
And why you don't want to do that, most times because you never did it.
That's true.
You know, we can go back and forth and say, well, I didn't have this, I didn't have that. And I get it. You might didn't have that kind of support growing up and stuff like that. That's fine. We can't go back in time. But at the end of the day, once you know, you know.
Yeah.
Once you know, you know. Damn if you had it or not. Once you know better, you got to do better, right?
True.
So that's where we got to sit here as parents. Decide. You got to make that decision like, look, I want my child to not be afraid of their shot. I want my child to not be afraid to take risks. I want my child to not be afraid to stand up for themselves and be progressive and stuff like that. Because we got too many people that know what they're doing wrong, but they don't have it in them to fix it.
To fix the problem.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, it's almost like a damn curse. It's going to be generational over and over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. Even when the people that actually break the cycle or do something different, they'll look at it like damn black sheeps.
That's true.
And everything. You know, not because they done anything wrong. It's just that what their family is seeing is so damn terrifying. And they just, that confidence that they have, it looked at it like it's something negative.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you can actually, a person who may think that they can do anything, you can actually make them think that they can't do nothing.
Absolutely.
Their mind will be set to say, oh, they can do anything in the world. But once they finish talking to you and over a course of a year or two, they might think they can't even get out of bed. You can change a person's mind. You can take a person's mindset very easily if you keep pounding it into them.
Pound into it. Well, hell, you can just one time. Just if I look up to you, Lab, and I go to you for advice, and you just shoot my whole shit down, it's a 50-50 chance if I'm gonna take off with it, or I'm just gonna like shit, let it go.
You're gonna start second guessing it.
You see what I'm saying? But if I'm on the fence about doing it, thinking about doing it, and I go to you, really I already decided to do it, and you just give me some assurance, it's on. But you come to me, we ain't talking about give me some advice in terms of look at this and look at that to kind of be cautious about certain things. We just like, no, it can't be done. And I've seen it, I've seen it with family members and stuff like that. I've seen shit like that told even with my children from other people. Because I've always, as a parent, I kind of, encourage other parents to do the same thing. Not saying my way is perfect, but try to find out what your kids' talents are. Find out what they do right, what they do wrong, what they like doing and stuff like that, and try to give them the kind of harness that. There's nothing wrong with it. You're not trying to map out their lives or anything like that, but you also just want to have ideas to kind of make them aware of, hey, man, you do this pretty easy. What you think about this? Yeah. And then from that point, kind of see what they need. If they need tutors, they need trainers, they need this, that, and help them go out. But just to see they got a talent and then turn the blind eye to it, kids don't forget that.
At all.
At damn all.
Your kid be like, well, I can dance real good. You like, man, you can't dance. Sit your ass down. You can't dance. Heartbroken and everything. And they still grow up being adults saying, man, if I only had somebody to push me to do that. So I really want to just challenge parents to kind of do what I just said. Number one, kind of just spend a little time trying to look and see what your kids do. And also just from that point, try to think of some ways to kind of help them to harness that. Tonight's show, again, this is Change the Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. We'll give you guys 8 things to help your child increase their self-confidence. We're about to get into it. But, again, I want to let you guys know, make sure you go to the YouTube channel, Change the Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also streaming on Facebook and Instagram right now. We're also streaming live at the podcast and, Live 365, iHeartRadio, Shopify, Spotify. And also, I haven't mentioned it, guys, and we've been pushing it hard. The Changing Lives merchandise gear. You can also visit me at DeonteBurden.com. That's www.DeonteBurden.com. You can book me for a speaking engagement, but also got the whole online store, the merchandise. If y'all haven't noticed, especially if you follow me on social media, I've had some of the females that purchase some of my gear, some of the pictures. So, ladies, it'll be perfect for you. It's perfect for your curves and everything you want. You want your man, other men, hell, some other women to look at you and smile and stuff like that. Get some of that Changing Lives gear. So go to DeonteBurden.com. Get you some of that Changing Lives gear and stuff like that. Trust me, it look good on you. It just bring everything out. So, man, but like I said, even with it, again, man, I got some super support. So thanks again, everybody, for doing that.
So let's dive into everything. The 8 things that parents can help their kids with to become self-confident.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The first thing is, number one, give them some love and support.
Okay.
That's one of the biggest things a kid can do. You know, when we question ourselves as individuals, even the most self-driven individual, even like myself, it feels good that somebody say, hey, I know you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you don't have to have it, but just sometimes some people just showing you some love and support, it make you feel good.
That's true.
When you go out to an event or do something, a speaking event, knowing your family or your friends are there, or somebody may check you out, it mean a lot. Man, I'm going to tell you something. When people tell me, you know, like, hey, man, yeah, I got a little show. I check your show out. Like, what, for real? And I don't even know. I told one of my cousins
Right.
the other day, like, yeah, man, you got to do the show. Yeah, I done seen you a couple times. I said, for real? And that's happened to me several times. And it feels good, you know, you have support.
Right.
And it's something, you know, some people need it. Some people, I wouldn't necessarily say, it feels good to know people care and support me, but I'm one of the people, I'm very self-driven, so I'm still going to do it regardless. But even with that said, it still feels good.
It's like getting a hug.
Exactly. So any opportunity you can give your child some love and support, some kind of self-assurance and stuff like that, just do that. Okay, that's number one. Make sure you show them some love and support. The second thing is, and this can be a challenge for some parents because a lot of parents don't even really know how to do this, teach them how to prepare. Okay?
Oh, you got to break that one down.
Well, we know the old adage, failing to prepare is preparing to fail.
Okay.
So when we start looking at teach them how to prepare, when your child has a task or something they have to take care of, the best thing for anything for them to do is understand what they got to do and what steps it takes to accomplish that task.
Yeah, see, I think we skipped the prepare part. We teach them to accomplish.
Yeah.
We don't teach them to prepare to accomplish.
Well, we don't teach them to accomplish. We just command them to accomplish.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, we just command them. We ain't taught them shit. We just put them out there and go. I see this shit at practice every damn day. Tackle them. That damn boy ain't I put it damn helmet on. How the hell you gonna tackle something? Trust me, I done had some conversation with some parents.
Right.
Well, we know, man, look, I don't give a damn what y'all do at home. Shit, you see this out here.
Right.
He ain't tackling nothing, you know, and he has not been prepared.
Right.
And that's not necessarily the coach. Coach can do stuff and everything, but you look at it, any person that accomplishes stuff, most people that, let me say most, that accomplishes everything at a high level, they've done a lot outside of even just normal practices. Mm-hmm. You got a guy who can be good in any sport. You know, the basketball player take hundreds of shots on their own. This outside of practice. Same thing with the football players. You know, if you want to be a musician, or you want to be a student, you know, you just all the extra studying you're doing outside of school, you're gonna have to do a lot. And when you know your child has some kind of task or something they have to get prepared for, or they have to take on, it's teaching them to prepare, how to break things down, be aware of what they have to do. You know, giving them kind of tips on how to approach a situation and stuff, just teaching them how to prepare to do it. And once a person is prepared and you really, really practice to do it, you ready to get that shit over. You believe in yourself so much. I know I'm ready. I prepared. I've studied. I've taken a couple tests on my own. I know this Easter speech. I done said it in the mirror a million times. I done said it from my mom, my daddy. They ready for Sunday to come.
Ain't nothing that can stop me.
Hey, they just ready to get it over with.
Exactly.
And teaching your child to prepare instead of just commanding them to accomplish that. I'm glad you brought that. I think that's one of the biggest riffle parents have.
Yeah.
Well, why the hell didn't you do it? Or you didn't do that? Your child really don't know what to do.
Right.
You know when your child is BSing. You know when they know how to do something and they didn't give proper effort to it. But most of the time the kids just don't know. That's true. But if you teach your child how to prepare, and they went over something over and over and again, they've sacrificed their time to do it, and you taught them like this is the effort you have to put in to get this thing accomplished, they'll understand. So like I say, number 2, teach your child how to prepare. The third thing is keeping them focused on things they ain't necessarily good at. And far too often, us even individuals and mainly adults, we like to stay in the comfort zone with things we good at, you know. And if Yeah, and and a lot of times we don't push it with our children because we don't necessarily do it. But if a child has something that they do well, that's great. But life is gonna put them in a situation where they're gonna do something they're uncomfortable with, and naturally, a lot of times people back away from that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't necessarily want to do this. Or, I'm better at doing that. But now I'm gonna try this and stuff. And you just teach them to kind of accomplish new tasks and do stuff that's different. I remember my oldest son. He's in high school. He was a man. Everybody familiar with coverage. With man coverage is you just one-on-one with a man zone. You cover an area. He was a very good zone cover. It's like that 9th and 10th grade.
Okay.
He had challenges with doing man. But pretty much you want to go play big boy ball, you got to know how to play man. And I was a real asshole.
Okay.
About, no, you're going to go do man. And he understand now, he appreciate it. But I would really get in his, tail about, hey, man, this stuff that I know you're uncomfortable with, we're going to get it. Because you're going to need that.
Right.
So when your child has something that they aren't necessarily the most comfortable with, push them to go do it. Yeah. Again, you're not trying to make them do stuff they don't want to do, but you're making them do things that they're afraid that if they don't try, it ain't gonna be the best. Okay. You ain't forcing them to do nothing, but you really put them in a situation where they're not gonna turn their back on opportunities that anything that's gonna be challenging. Because once you do that, every time that they see something difficult, what they gonna do? Turn away from it. Get away from quit or whatever. They're not gonna do it. Why you didn't have tried? Because again, you didn't try to instill with them. Listen, when shit get rough, shit get different, or get uncomfortable. Hey, bro, you got to go and do it. Young lady, you got to try it. And far too often, parents don't do that because I say again, they don't do it. Right. So I really want you guys to kind of be pushing your kids to kind of work on things that they may not be the most comfortable with doing. Number 4, teach them not to be afraid to try something, but be more afraid of not learning. Far too often, when kids, they see certain things, certain tasks, with learning certain things or trying to see a new opportunity or whatever, and they avoid it because it looks like hard. It's just like a super task, and it's different. And what happens is, people shy away from things out of fear of doing it, and not understanding the knowledge you gain of it, from the failure, or the knowledge you gain from being uncomfortable. And so what I challenge our parents to do is, don't let them not do certain things because they're afraid to do it. Really push to them, look, you really missing out on the experience you can get from trying it. If it don't work, it don't work. Right. But you understand what you did right, what you did wrong, what you could have did differently. Because at the end of the day, even speaking myself, just being in business, I've had failures. And I don't trip on the failures because I gained so much experience and knowledge on why it happened or what to do and everything like that. I ain't afraid to take no risk. Right. But I'm real fun about being in a situation I don't know what the hell I'm doing. If you done tried it, you say, man, look, I at least tried it, then work for me and everything like that. But when you don't take on certain opportunities, you'll never learn.
That's true.
Because work for lab, man, I work for Deonte. We'll work for Deonte, man, I work for lab. But we'll never know what till we try
it. That's true.
Because everybody come in with different talents, different circumstances. So I think the angle need to be approached is don't be afraid to do something. More so be afraid of not even getting experience and knowing what the hell to do. And I think kids probably grasp it a little bit more instead of just, boy, do it, try. Look, if you don't try, you'll never know this.
Yeah, it's true.
And I think just not knowing that, it kind of initiate them to make an attempt a little bit quicker.
And everything that you learn, you can take bits and pieces of that stuff and apply to things that you've already know, and make that process better.
Absolutely.
Because we all don't know everything.
Absolutely.
So if we're trying to learn something new, we may not get it, but it may be bits and pieces of that we can apply to things that we already know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of the experience. We sit here and just look at it, and then you can sit here and talk. Well, look, man, I tried this, I tried that. Damn, bro, I didn't even think about that. And that's how a lot of things get to happen. And but people just so afraid of attempting, they'll never know. So really try to put them in a situation where they're thinking about not necessarily not trying, but more so not getting an opportunity to learn from it.
And the earlier the better, because
Absolutely.
a lot of times, we color these kids nowadays. We don't want them to be scared of nothing, or don't want them to be upset about anything. Don't want them to be afraid to try anything. When they try, they hurt their ankle, they hurt their foot, or whatever, or they hurt their feelings.
Yeah.
We gotta let them hurt their feelings now, so they won't be so hurt their feelings later on.
Yeah.
You toughen that skin up. You gotta let them try. Early they try and then fail, the better it is later on when they get older.
If you never did it, you'll never learn to ride a bike, never learn to ride a skateboard. Hey, you want to win at school your first day?
Exactly.
You just got to get over it. Unless you like my son William Burton, he ready to get the hell on. I got it. Stay in the car. I got it. Y'all walk in with me.
Scoot over, I drive.
Yeah, shit. All mother kid that damn William ready to get the hell out from. No, you got to go in with me. I got it. Okay. William's different.
Right.
All right, number 5. Share your fears and failures. Be transparent.
Mm-hmm.
This is very difficult for a lot of parents because a lot of parents want to keep a certain image in front of their kids. They don't want their kids to know that they done effed up in life or they've had certain shortcomings and everything. They want to keep that Wonder Woman, Superman image.
Mm-hmm.
But mom and dad, the more and more transparent you can be, the more and more your kids will realize, hey, they're human. And I'm very quick to tell my kids, nah, bro, I messed up with that.
Yeah.
Even some of the big bonehead mistakes. And this is why. And I can also tell them, like, look, nobody gets in trouble or messes up on purpose.
That's true.
Everybody say they got it. Everybody, all us.
Until they don't.
Until we don't. And even then we think we got it.
Mm-hmm.
Go in the damn drug rehab center. They all in there talking about they got it and they still shit.
Different story later.
They all know they got it. That wasn't a good example, was it?
It was good enough. It gets the point across.
But I just think if parents can be more transparent with their children, I think that kids will be able to pull in more that, hey, look, mama did try it, daddy did try it. I can at least give it a try. They failed at it. This is why. They made, from the experience you told them, they like, okay, don't try it because I know dad said that under these conditions.
And a lot of times if they see that I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Good.
A lot of times they see that you're a human, that you have made mistakes. They'll be willing to come to you and talk to you about those mistakes that they might be making or have made.
Yeah.
Because if you keep that Superman or Wonder Woman image, they're going to be afraid to talk to you because they're going to be like, well, mom and dad perfect. Mm-hmm. They ain't going to understand. They're going to think that you don't understand what they're going through or going to go through because you've never been through it.
Yep.
You can't relate to, you can't tell anybody that, you can't get information from someone that can't relate to what you're going through.
Hey, come talk to you, and also sit there and listen to your ass.
Exactly.
Like, damn, man, you just, boy, I ain't never did that. I ain't never. You're like, okay, all right, whatever. And why the hell you still here?
Right.
You gotta get that damn smart. Why the hell you been working out them years? Why the hell you ain't did this? Right. Your kid ain't stupid. Right. You know what I'm saying? So try to have some kind of transparency, and I think it'll be received, like Lab said, it'll be received a whole lot better. And also probably initiate some conversation you guys to have, because now that they still proud of you and they probably look up to you more just for you to just let your guard down, teach them some things about your fears and failures over the years and stuff. Mm-hmm. Okay, number 6, be patient with them. Understand that, building self-confidence is a process, and it's not going to be something that happen overnight. And you got to help to try to build some of their shortcomings. I think far too often people want things to be fixed immediately, especially with their children, because, we live in a society where we're raising our kids and we're doing certain things. We want, once we even address knowing what the issue is, we know what it is, let's going to fix it. Mm-hmm. But the fixing is just the challenges as the diagnosing, So you got to be just as patient when you're trying to figure out what was wrong, if you were patient with fixing it. Mm-hmm. Once you start saying that, like, okay, now we know you're a little shy with speaking in front of crowds. We're going to have to work and practice to get you with doing it. Better, yeah. You just kind of like, well, I taught you about it, and I got your YouTube and got you a trainer. Okay, shit, it still got being aware of that commitment is going to take to be successful. Hours of speaking to themselves, hours of studying, days and weeks of shooting that ball in the gym, y'all sacrificing time and all that stuff to make things happen. Just be patient. Take yourself out of the equation and realize it's not about you, it's about the child. Mm-hmm. And in order for you guys to get him at a point where his confidence is going through the roof, you got to be patient with them and let them go through, 2 steps forward, 4 steps backward, 3 steps forward, 5 steps backwards. The constant progression and regressing that it takes with being confident and being proficient and being successful and stuff. And I just think a lot of parents need to just be honest, just be cool with that while they go through that kind of, transition.
Yeah, that's true. Like, all children are different. Some children test well. Some children learn better in this class.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends. Like, some people, they can't read a book and learn how to put a widget together, but they can look at the widget and put it together.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So everybody's level of learning and building on something is different. We all are different on that note. I could read something and get it, and I could look at something and get it, but it just depends on what it is.
Absolutely.
Everybody, like I say, like taxes. I probably couldn't look at that math that you do and tell you nothing.
Same damn thing I see on that damn board.
Okay, see, but
I'd be like, they allowed the commander of Starship Enterprise. All them damn switches and shit. Trust me, I'm like, man, what in the world?
right.
And you own it. You own it and everything. You're right. You're right with that, man. Number 7. Ain't you finished? I'm sorry, brother.
Oh, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done. Yeah.
Number 7, acknowledge small triumphs.
Mm-hmm.
And so what we just talking about, as far as the kids, progressing, regressing, take a couple steps forward, take more steps backwards. We got to acknowledge those small triumphs. That's number 7. When they have an accomplishment moving forward, we got to acknowledge and make them feel good about themselves. Again, we're talking about building our child's self-confidence. When they have a certain thing that they've accomplished is different and stuff like that, they feel good about it. And what they're going to do is look at, parent or somebody close to them to get some kind of assurance. Good job, man. Good job. You may not necessarily be what we want you to be, but you're getting there.
Right.
And I think when we start talking about building that child up and building their self-confidence, of course they've had challenges in class and in school. When they start, they go from F to a D. Let's acknowledge it. They go from the D to the C. Let's acknowledge it. C to the B, B to the A, whatever. If they can go from F to A, great. You know what I'm saying? The problem is they ass one studying. But when we start having those incremental accomplishment, make sure we acknowledge it. Make sure we let that kid know, man, that's good. That's good. I'm proud of you. Keep working that. Keep chopping wood. Things to get better, because that is so important. Because again, when we start talking about building confidence, some people just born that way, super confident. But for the most part, we have to support kids while they transition to being that kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing about it. I think even with as an adult that's a confident person, you can look back at certain things that you work hard at and over and over and over again. And when you hit those little triumphs or them little milestones in the process, it feels good to being heard about it.
That's true.
So
and when you guys give them that triumphs, acknowledge those triumphs. You know how you do it when the baby 2 or 3 years old and they learn to walk. You're like, yeah, good job. You learned you didn't pee in the pot and all that.
Yeah.
You have to do that same thing when they get older. You can't stop giving them the acknowledging the triumphs when they turn at 10. You be like, well, he don't need to know that.
You be 40, 50 years old, that shit still feel good to hear.
Yeah.
Good job, boy. Boy, there you go. Good job. It still feels just as good.
Exactly.
As when you was now 2 or 3 year old and your mom and dad had their own. I'm saying 2 or 3, but so when you started walking, when you were a couple months old, hell, I was slow learner, so I probably was 2 or 3 when I started walking.
Right.
But just when your parent feels so good about you making certain compliments, like you said, peeing in the pot and everything, hey, your first night not peeing in the bed.
Right.
Like, okay, just those things, no matter how old you get, when you get acknowledgement, anything that's incremental, that whatever, it feels good to do that.
That's true.
Okay. So number 8, the last thing, going and just kind of piggybacking off these small triumphs, I always tell your kids you're proud of them. I always tell them you're proud of them. I always tell you love them again, but make sure you keep always reiterating you're proud of them, and don't let them have to wonder if you're proud of them. Don't be at any shortage of any opportunity you have to let them know, hey, man, even when you fucked up, it didn't work, you tried your best, and then we failed here, I'm still proud of you.
Right.
Don't have that child wondering, because what happens is we're going to have failures. You're going to have failures. Your child rather going to have failures, and they don't want you to be, no one wants to be just totally acknowledged when we have successes. Mm-hmm. So when they have these failures, again, you might say, well, look, bro, out of 10 things, You messed up 11 of them. But I appreciate you trying. I'm proud of you for trying. Now let's go back to the lab and work on some stuff.
Right.
Just make sure you let them know they're proud of them. Do not have that child in a situation where they're wondering, hey, they mad at me.
Mm-hmm.
They feel some type of way. Damn, I don't want to, don't have them wondering like that. Be straight up with your, initiate conversations. Now, all the time, kid may not want to talk to nobody, whatever, this, that, and that. I give them their little cool off period or whatever, this, that, and that, because you want to make sure whatever message you give them to that child, they're in a mental state to receive it.
That's true.
Your child pissed off, you pissed off. When two pissed off people having a conversation, y'all gonna have a damn argument.
Exactly.
That nothing gonna get resolved wrong because nobody listen to each other. So, I really, that number 8 I think is very important. Make sure you let that child know you're proud of them. So, again, I just gave you guys 8 things to help you help your child build their confidence. Let's go back through them real quick. Number 1, love them and show them support. Number 2, teach them how to prepare. Make sure you let them know how to build themselves up, how to set things up and everything, to put themselves in a situation where they'll be, able to do certain tasks. Number 3, keep them focusing on the things that they're not good at. If they have shortcomings, something they're not the best at, keep them uncomfortable. Keep them pushing them in the thing, because the things they do right, they always want to lean towards that. They'll never take on new challenges or different things in life. So make sure the things that they aren't the best at, put them in those situations where they have to do that. Number 4, teach them not to be afraid to try new things, and more so put the emphasis on be afraid of not learning. Mm-hmm. That's the thing about a lot of times we avoid new challenges or things we kind of fearful of, but we don't necessarily think about you really missing out on experience or new thing or learn from. So just sell that more that, hey, listen, don't be afraid to not know what the hell this is about or not trying and stuff. So I think push that fear more, the learning experience, missing that should be more, you're more afraid of that than just not doing the attempt. Number 5, be transparent with your kids. Share your past fears and failures. Share the things that you didn't do well or things you may have issues with. Be straight up with them and let them know. And I think your kids will respect you. Be like, okay, cool. All right, Mom, I appreciate that, Daddy. Just to let me know that that you're not just invincible. Exactly. That you're human and everything like that. And I think your kids respect you a lot more, and they also listen to you a lot more because they know you have a degree of honesty that you've been keeping with them instead of just always talking to them instead of with them. Number 6, be patient with them. Everybody not naturally confident. Everybody just don't come out the gate, feeling like Superman. They can do everything. Some folks gonna need some work. A lot of kids especially. So be patient with them. So if they kind of fearful of taking on new challenges, just support them, push them. I ain't saying don't let them avoid them, but be patient. Mm-hmm. Don't look at the time or the money you done sacrifice. That should just take it on because of that. The kids don't know time. They don't know money. They do know time you spend with them, but not to the point where like, okay, this her check, and mom and daddy cussing me out. They don't spend all their damn money on this damn trainer. Kid don't give a shit about that. Right. Kid just know if you there or not. So if you pushing all that kind of stuff in their damn head, I don't want to hear that damn thing. So make sure that you are being patient with them. Mm-hmm. Okay. Number 7, acknowledge small triumphs. Anything that they can do, because we were just talking about, when you progressing, you constantly gonna be progressing and regressing. 3 steps forward, 4 steps backwards. And so anytime you can make some kind of milestone or some kind of small triumph, in the process, you showing your kid some kind of support. Good job, good job, good job. Now listen, let's keep fighting, keep moving forward. But any kind of incremental gain they can get, make sure you celebrating that with them, or at least acknowledge it to them. And number 8, lastly, make sure you tell your kids you're proud of them. Don't let them wonder if you feel good about them or not. Are you pissed off? Are you mad and everything? You don't want your kid walk around like that. Mm-hmm. Make sure you let them know, hey, man, good job, man. I'm proud of you. Look, you might have fucked everything up, but hey, you still my girl. You still my guy. Yeah, you tried and everything. Find something positive they did. Look, you got out the car well. Now, once we walked into that building, you were fucking up from the beginning, but you got out the car great. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You tell some conversation I had with my kids. God, dog. Real quick, again, that was our information we were talking about. 8 things you can do to help your kids build self-confidence. This is a Change Your Life hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burton. Please make sure you go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, tell your family, your friends, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, all the above. To make sure they checking me out. Little short bald head guy to put out some good stuff. Got over 100 videos on the YouTube page talking everything from business, finances, parenting, life, all kind of great stuff. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, subscribe to it, hit that bell so you can get future notifications with the show. A lot of good information, a lot of good stuff coming down the pike. Real quick, I want to give you my business tip. Don't be afraid to pay for advice. I've talked about this before and everything, but don't be afraid to pay for advice, or don't be unwilling to pay for advice. Far too often, people in situations where they may need to join certain groups. So we ain't talking about going to depth with needing an accountant or a lawyer or architect like we've spoken before, but even just joining some groups that you may have to pay. Hey, man, damn, they want $500 to do this, that, and that. You getting game. You getting experience, and everything. Because you might pay a attorney or an accountant or somebody to still do a task, but certain groups, like you got Facebook groups, meetup groups, other kind of mastermind groups, you might have to pay some change to get into it, but now you're paying for game. You getting experience. You getting stuff that people done been there, done that, and doing, and don't shy away from that.
Right. That's true.
Don't shy away from it. So I just want to encourage people, don't be afraid to pay for advice or put yourself in situations that you're not necessarily the most familiar with, because, again, we're in this information age. A lot of information is accessible to you through Google and YouTube and everything, but there are also groups out there that you can share experiences with just the same, and don't be afraid to deal with them. Okay, in conclusion of the show, I just want to put this out with parents. Listen, I don't think there's a straight correlation with a parent being successful and a direct correlation with, how successful you are in life, or a parent being successful and a child being self-confident. I just don't think that, just because you push everything that you're doing, or you push them in a certain way, that's going to make them confident. I just think that the more and more you teach a child to be aware of what they're doing and support them in everything, that builds their confidence. But I do think there is a big direct correlation with a parent being super damn negative all the time and beating their kid down and speaking bad stuff in their head, with them being very, very unconfident.
And timid.
Yeah. And timid and very reluctant to try things in life. Mm-hmm. So parents, really and truly, I've done this, make videos. Make sure you even check out that video. Be careful who you share stuff with, because that was one of the things I pushed on people. Folks will talk out of shit real quick. And parents, like I said, again, parents, elders and stuff like that, I'm real funny about that work. I like the older people try to talk to me, call themselves elders. And I to explain to folks the difference between an elder and an older. Yeah. Well, be very aware of the negative impact you can have on your child, saying certain things or not doing certain things, with your child and everything. So I just want to pose that challenge out to the parents. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed the show where we gave out 8 things the parents can help their kids with to boost their confidence. This is Change Live, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burton. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, all the videos we have. Look, if you want further information, I'm also a consultant and a life coach. You can go to my website, DeonteBurden.com. That's DeonTe, last name Burden, Burden. You can, if you want to book me for a speaking event, you want to book me for a consulting appointment, you want to purchase merchandise for us, all those things are accessible to you on the my website. Also, tax season coming up. We got the courses coming. I'm an accountant by profession. My company, Majestic Business Services, we've been doing a lot of promos in regards to people want to incorporate, start their businesses. If you need consulting about doing your business, getting everything off the ground, incorporating how to start